Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today is the Hey Camel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I have the stream up.
Good evening.
I have the stream. Okay, that'll work. How's your day going so far?
I'm fucking tired. I did go into work today, but I left early, and we had some pretty severe thunderstorms and a little bit of flash flooding, a lot of wind damage. So I've got like 3 trees that have fallen on my property that trying to get cleared up without the use of like power tools or chainsaws or anything like that.
So if it falls on your property, do you get to harvest it?
I mean, the tree grew on my fucking lot, so
okay, so yeah. But I mean, if it were outside of your lot and it fell in, would you still be able to chop it to take some of the wood?
These aren't like super old trees, so like not very thick. Plus, I don't have a fireplace. I literally have like a couple of burn barrels. That's it. But yeah, if it fell on my side of the fence, goddamn right, I'm going to chop that shit because the alternative is whichever neighbor I have that the tree was on their property is like, all right, one of us is cleaning this shit up.
Hey, Badger.
Evening, Badger. Hey, Mr. Yes.
Hey, Mr. Yes.
But the best part was I did have some tree work done a couple of years ago because while Nana Camel was in the hospital one time, we had another bout of heavy wind, and a very large branch fell off of a tree in the backyard. And we're talking like it went from the corner of the fence line all the way across like the back patio. So like 40, 50 feet. And that was just a limb. A rather large one.
I wonder if I can actually show the type of trees that I used to live next to. Find a
but yeah, I
Google map of my old house.
At the time, I had a neighbor who apparently he did tree trimming, whatnot, and I asked, I was like, "Hey, man, can you get me an estimate on how much it would cost to take this whole tree down and like this other one on the side of the house? Because this one's pretty close to some power lines. This one is really close. They're both close to the house, so like if they fall, it could do some serious damage. And I just paid like $8,000 for this roof. I'd really not like to have to shell that kind of money out again." Gesundheit.
Camel says, bless you.
No. I said it in fucking German.
Well, he gave you the German one. Yeah. She says,
I don't need you to translate. But yeah, so like originally he quoted me like $2,000. I was like, all right, that seems steep, but hey, man, if you're willing to chop this shit down and clear it off, cool. And before he was finished, he bumped that number up to 3,000. I was like, Well, guess who called me or like messaged me Saturday afternoon? Hey, man, you need any tree work done? Like, I didn't even have this dude's number saved. Like, I was like, who is this? He's like, oh, it's so and so. I did some tree work for you a couple years back. I was like, yeah, I've got work. I don't have any money. And apparently this guy, he's such a businessman. He waited like a day or two to respond. He's like, hey, I just saw this. Do you not have insurance? I was like, I'm not even going to respond to you, dude. Like, we're not having any further discussion about my financial well-being. But yeah, like 8 o'clock in the morning Saturday, the neighbor across the street from me sends me a picture message showing like a half of a tree like just resting on my roof. And I don't know if the chat is aware, but I'm fairly sure that you are aware, Johnny. I'm not a morning person.
No. I would say that you are not.
So like I've got like one half open bloodshot eye just kind of like reading my text message, well, looking at my house, and I just fired off the first thing that came to mind. It's like, not shit I can do about it, man. Like, I wasn't sure if you were home. Like, you literally have a camera that is pointed at my fucking house. You can see all of my comings and goings. In fact, you can see my car in the driveway from the picture you just sent me. I've had a couple of folks, like, well, maybe he didn't know that, maybe you got a ride from somebody else. It's like, you guys know me better than he does. Where the fuck do you think I'm going? I go to work, I go home. The only time I leave my house in between those two is to like go pay bills or pick up groceries.
Okay.
My Memorial Day kind of sucked, Mr. Yes, and I'd rather not get into it on stream. How was yours, Johnny?
Overly.
Did you grill? Did you do any drinking? Was there any fireworks? Did you hoist the colors?
Not really. No.
Yeah, me neither. I did go to work, so hopefully there's some time and a half on my next paycheck.
What did we do yesterday?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I did go to Muay Thai, where we worked on clenching, and I have a hole in my ear. Not an actual
new hole?
It was. No, I think I caught a loose fingernail.
Ooh.
And I have a scrape, but only like very small and annoying.
Mr. Yes had a backyard barbecue. That's cool, man. That's good. That actually sounds like something healthy to do for the occasion. And I'm glad somebody in our circle was acting fairly normally. Johnny's being a masochist, getting beat up and getting his ear pierced, and I was just working in a job I hate. So.
Well, it's not like
I'm glad somebody had fun.
Pierced. It was an attempt.
You led off by saying you got a hole in the ear.
And then I said...
Don't get upset at me because I ran with your exaggeration.
And then I said...
Yeah, really. Only after I made you clarify. Come on now. We can rewind the tape. I was here. I saw me do it.
So here is an image of the neighborhood I used to run around in. I will...
Are you sure you want to do this, Johnny? Because there's that one autist that goes on Google Earth, and he's going to find you like down to like within a couple meters.
Well, I'm not here. This is an old neighborhood. But these trees have been falling quite a bit lately. As you can see, some lean over here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, in fact, the reason why this area looks as clear as it was is a few years back, during one of the major windstorms, this old lady, I think she was living around one of these lots, was just sitting there enjoying her evening. And then
No,
all of a
Mr.
sudden,
Yes, that's not a res. We are antisocial Indians.
oh, it's not. This is the land of Kaczynski, sir.
Like I said, antisocial Indians. We'd rather hang out with a Unabomber than our own tribes.
But yeah, fell over and went through her house. So she ended up. She's like, I'm not moving back there until the lot's clear. So she cleared that. She had it cleared out, as if these other trees couldn't
looks
reach.
like there's still some work to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say as if these other trees wouldn't reach. Like, look at this one over here.
That one that just to the left of the rock there, in the foreground, that looks no that one, yeah, that
This
one
one?
looks like it is
Or this
hanging
one?
on by like one root and a prayer.
Yeah.
It's Montana. I'm sure there are some grizzlies up there, Mr. Yes.
Yes, there are. But the most of the ones we see running around are mainly black.
Racist.
We are welcoming.
We did have a black bear in my local area, causing a bit of trouble a couple years back. I'm not sure exactly how that was resolved either. I don't know if they decided to just, relocate it or. Yeah, I might need to check on any updates.
I can't go that way? Okay, I'll click on that part of the map.
But I do have a bit of an update with my schedule. I will now be working solely on the weekends, so
I used to swim down here.
Gonna have my when you were like 2?
Well, no, it was
It's not even like kiddie pool depth, man.
yeah, this is way more shallow than it. This used to have some depth to it.
I don't know what you would say up there, but down here we call it a creek. That's not even a creek.
That's a puddle, man. That's
Well, I have 5 days off a week now, so I mean, if I feel like it, I could go to the casino on a Tuesday. I won't because antisocial Indian. Fuck the Choctaws. I'm not giving them any of my money. Yeah, Oklahoma does have some nice lakes. I think Lake Eufaula is like one of the biggest man-made lakes. And then Lake Tenkiller has some good cliff jumping. I mean, not like insanely high or anything, but I mean, still fun.
I wonder if it's still down here.
Johnny's just
Trip down
digitally
memory lane.
strolling memory lane. Yeah.
That's the sheriff.
You're shitting me.
No.
I didn't realize you lived in Mayberry. I mean,
Okay.
apparently my sheriff's department is like the size of like your state prison. If that's your sheriff.
Yeah, that's the sheriff's department.
My sheriff's department handles like the county jail.
Now,
So like all of the criminals who get arrested in my county are housed at my sheriff's department. I think you could probably fit more college kids in a phone booth than you could in that place right there, Johnny.
probably.
Uh, when is the last time I went to Oklahoma City?
You can tell this is happening place because the lone cinder block that probably holds the door open.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the doorstop right there. Last time I went to Oklahoma City it was like 18 years ago.
That's my buddy's ranch.
I went to a Tool concert at the Ford Center. So yeah, caught the 10,000 Days tour, and that's the last time I've been up there. I don't expect to go back anytime in the foreseeable future. Like I barely go to Tulsa. There are roughly 50,000 people in my county, and that's a little too crowded for my liking. So I don't have any interest in going to either of the metros. For the love of God, man, what are you doing?
I am.
So we can hear the clicking of your mouse while you're doing that.
Taking
too.
a detour of the same road that I'm on.
Hey, chat, you want to see a dead body? Johnny's about to show us the homeless man that he murdered in 1993 behind the get and go. Yes. Well, actually, it is the capital. I don't know which one has the higher population, Tulsa, Oklahoma City. It could be Oklahoma City. Obviously, that's the seat of government, and they have, the professional sports team. University of Oklahoma is in one of the suburbs, so I could see Oklahoma City being larger population wise, but fun fact: Oklahoma City was not the original capital of Oklahoma. They stole that shit.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Like, you got to be careful, man. Meth heads in the Midwest, they'll steal everything, including the state capital. The original state capital for Oklahoma was Guthrie, Oklahoma. Named after Woody Guthrie.
Actually, the state capital here was supposed to be.
Remind me, Montana is Helena, right?
Yeah. It was.
I remember 7th grade geography.
It was supposed to be Anaconda, but
no, yeah, they made the right choice with Helena.
I think it was going to be somewhere between. I think the top three.
There would have been a lot of dick jokes if your state capital was Anaconda.
Butte, Anaconda, and Helena, I think, were the top three. If I remember the...
Isn't Butte just spelled butt with an E at the end?
Yes.
They made the right choice with Helena. As an outsider, that's my perspective.
Yeah. But they found a whole shitload of votes for Anaconda hidden in someone's house.
dude, you're going to get this channel suspended if you're talking about, election interference.
This is back in the 1800s, so it's
YouTube doesn't give a fuck.
There's the Google penis car.
I was about to say, that's suspicious.
Oh, that's the shadow for the camera.
Yeah.
As someone who has spent some time there, yes, it is.
But yeah, I going back to what Mr. Yes was asking about the largest city, it could very well be that Oklahoma City is the largest one, but Tulsa has more of a cultural impact than Oklahoma City, both in Oklahoma and I would say nationally. It's not Oklahoma City King that Sylvester Stallone starring in on Paramount. Before Houston became the big oil town, it was Tulsa back in the 20s, 30s.
Montana is more likely to ask you what a skyscraper is than actually have one.
And then also, Tulsa was a test market for MTV when they were rolling that out back in the 80s. Because they wanted to see how, music television would play in the Midwest or the mid Southwest East. I don't really know exactly what we define. I mean, I've always just said we're south of center. So yeah, also Tulsa, they had the I refuse to call it a massacre. They had the race riot. Oklahoma City didn't. Mid-Southwest. I like my description of it better.
Northern Central Southwest.
We are the buckle of the Bible Belt. How about that? But yeah, other than that, man, I'll be honest, I haven't been online too much with the. You take that back, sir. We're the only state that they say don't mess with Texas. Oklahoma's the only one that really has, and guess what? They didn't do jack shit.
They talk a big game.
I think the Oklahoma National Guard during the Depression literally invaded the state of Texas over a toll road.
Well, he lives there, so he kind of has a reason to.
I love AP. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, the Oklahoma National Guard got into a gunfight with the Texas Rangers, and yeah, over a toll road. It was was it 1930? I can't remember the exact year. I have to go back and look at one of the Oklahoma history books they had when I was in school. It was back when we had Governor Alfalfa Bill Murray. Why they called him Alfalfa, I don't fucking know. Sounded cool at the time.
The Red River Bridge War, 1931.
31, okay. Yeah, I mean, our governor was literally like a fucking cartoon character, man. Alfalfa Bill. Yosemite fucking Sam was our governor, all right? He had the same mustache and everything. I shit you not. Look him up.
I know I'm spelling this wrong, but
Don't ask me how to spell alfalfa.
so he goes by William H. Murray.
I mean, that's his given name on his, government documents. When he was running for governor, they just called him Alfalfa Bill. Look at that fucker. Tell me that, if they were to have a full picture of him with that cigar, that hat, he's got a 6-shooter in each fucking hand.
When I say whoa, I mean
whoa. Looks like if our elite army was born in the fucking 1800s.
Yeah, Sam Elliott, Yosemite Sam had a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one too.
There's a picture of Joe Biden with a... Huh?
I mean, that's like that could be. You have to like narrow it down a bit, Johnny. That could be any picture in like the last 8 years.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And why is he showing up for? You?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, at least this other dude, pencil neck over here. At least his name is William H. Murray as well.
Yeah.
Fucking Reddit.
My name is William H. Murray. I was born William H. Murray. And then my mom's like, I'm going to change his name to Joe Biden for some reason. I was like, no, that's not what I want. And then this Puerto Rican lady kidnapped me.
Moved me next door to some Polish people.
And then the gypsies came in and started rubbing.
No, that was the blacks. That was the blacks. All right, you have a good one, Mr. Yes. Our one person watching.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, now that nobody's paying attention, what do you want to talk about?
Let's go back to election fraud. No. No, actually, just taking the pictures, or looking at the pictures of Lincoln, I should go visit my dad one of these times.
Ah.
So, we're supposed to, I've made plans. We haven't been able to afford to do them, but I want to go to Coeur d'Alene. What?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the garbage out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night, Mrs. Hellcat.
Camel says good night. And look what you guys in chat are missing when you guys aren't watching this. A good night for Mrs. Hellcat.
Has she warmed up to that moniker yet?
Not really. I told her not to say no.
Yeah, have you explained that the internet has a will of its own?
Like, she asked the internet to stop, and I'm like, nope, there you go.
I mean, you're just going to make it worse.
You just sign the deal. You are officially Mrs. Hellcat.
Think that would have changed her answer at all if she knew that in advance?
Probably not.
That's good. Boy, how much would that have sucked if that was the deal breaker?
No, I think we're good here. I'm like, but I don't know. Let's see. I am going to take a look to see if has been any animal attacks.
I'm getting tired of telling them to just let nature take its course, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only be told that, don't touch the stove so many times before you just got to let you get burned.
Let's go. Wild animal attacks. That's 2022. That is a coyote. If you're getting attacked by a coyote,
I saw that and I call shenanigans. Like, you're in hand-to-hand combat with a fucking coyote, and not like one of the like people smuggling ones, just like a regular old fucking 4-leg coyote.
yeah.
I call bullshit. I don't believe you. You were antagonizing that fucker.
Yeah, you had that bastard on lockdown, because there's no way in hell a coyote's just going to off and attack you.
And it took you 10 minutes to strangle it? Really? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
See, now you're rushing into the part of a story that I've actually never heard.
I just saw a tweet.
Oh.
Saw a black dude with his hands bandaged up, apparently, got into a like I said, hand-to-hand combat with a coyote, and, like, took him, like, over 10 minutes to strangle it to death. It's like, first of all...
10 minutes?
Like, well, no, like, my first thought was, like, how long were you, like, outside? Where were you exactly? That, like, a coyote just rocks up and wants to start some shit. Because, like, I haven't had a lot of experience, around, like, coyotes or other, wild canids, whatnot. But in my experience, they've been skittish of humans. They kind of, like, nose around, like, what's up? Oh, fuck you. I'm going to go the other way. This is one of them 2-legged rock throwing fuckers. I don't want to be around them.
Let's see. There was the one we went over last time, March 16th. Woman gored after approaching bison in Yellowstone. We've already covered that.
I mean, at this point, I'm rooting for the buffalo to get a kill.
I don't care about how old they are. Just good for you, sir.
I mean, I don't care the demographics. 8 to 80, blind, crippled, crazy. It doesn't fucking matter to me. If you're dumb enough to get, up close and personal with a wild animal of that size, you deserve everything you get, up to and including to the deep sleep.
Shit. Florida man, 47, gored by bison in Yellowstone National Park. Published May 9th, 2025.
Hey, Rotten.
How's it going, Rotten?
He says that coyotes are leery of people but aren't completely scared. That's why they can prosper in urban environments. Yeah, but I mean, like, they're not running up on fools.
But they're not going to...
In those urban environments?
They're not going to walk up and just be like, hey, you got some food for me? I'm a dog-ish. Let's see here. A man was injured after he was attacked by a bison in Yellowstone National Park Sunday, May 4th. I don't know if we covered this one. But it's a floor man, so
I mean,
I'm
they all
not all
sound
that
familiar at those point, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we already know the broad
Oh,
strokes.
yep, I did. I did. We did cover this one.
Was he on bath salts?
No.
So was he like a transplant to Florida or? Oh yeah, that's right. Because you mentioned like the town he was from. It was like
Yeah.
imagine all the people that knew him was like that fucker. Ugh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Okay, yeah, there we go. I remember that one now. Cape Coral. Then yeah, this.
Well, I don't know.
The
I don't know what
Idaho
size
man.
the black dude was because like the picture of him was like sitting down with his hands bandaged. So I mean, maybe that coyote thought he was a punk.
And then I remember covering this guy, the Idaho man, who allegedly kicked a bison in its leg.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Like he's got 4 of those things, right? I mean, you kick one of them. Surely, one's going to come flying back at you.
He's got 4 of them, and they're all going right up your ass. I didn't mean to. I was drunk. Right.
I'm not much of an outdoorsy type person, but if you need to be sloshed to go fucking hiking in a national park, you might have a problem.
Yeah. I wonder how many of these go unreported. It's like I'm gonna have to.
They got some sense knocked to them and knew they fucked up as soon as they hit the ground. Like, you know what? I'll take the internal bleeding. I don't want anybody to know about this dumb shit.
Or it's just like, yeah, we'll file the report. We'll get the information, and then there's like, we're not going to file this one. This is retarded. There ain't no way. Because it's not like they're putting these things down.
The buffalo?
Oh, yeah. One of these attacks someone, it's not like if it's quote-unquote domesticated.
I mean, like, not to sound racist, but how do you tell them apart to know which one did the deed? They travel in a herd. They all kind of look alike.
I mean, it is what it is.
Imagine some jackass having to do a lineup, Got a cast and a neck brace, like.
It was number 3.
Like I said, we had when animals attack back in the 90s. And the internet for the past 25 years. If you don't know by now, you fucking deserve it. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy left for you people.
Yeah, no.
We used to thin the herd of buffalo. I say it's their turn. Where's the guy with the chart about fucking around and finding out?
Yeah.
I think trying to pet a buffalo is at least a solid 7 on the scale.
7 if not 8.
There will definitely be consequences and repercussions. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I feel... I'm looking at shin guards again. Because I haven't had really the time or the want to call Indochina. Because Indochina time, it has the only shin guards that I had found that can go around my whole shin and calf and actually look like it actually fasten. Because I have some thick ass thighs. Or, well, I have those two. But
I was gonna say is like I don't know how that relates to your shins, but okay.
well, my thighs are pretty.
I get the shin bones connected to the knee bone and so on. I remember the song, but there's a little bit of distance between the two, as I recall.
Not much. Not much. But they're great shins. They're great thighs. I have good
Huge.
Legs. Great legs.
Oh, man.
And a shit Trump impression.
Yeah, about the only president I ever had an impression of was Clinton, and that's an easy one. You know. Also, I mean, Arkansas is right next door, so I mean, if you can't do Clinton, you know, being from Oklahoma, like, what are you doing? The great thing about Arkansas is it makes people in Oklahoma feel better about themselves. You know?
Yeah.
Arkansas is our Mississippi.
Oh, look at those. How much are those? $100.
Well, that's $50 a leg. That's practically a bargain.
Vertex SP9 Ultra Ergo shin pad.
See, I'm a little worried. I kind of want to go check out AP stream to see if Mr. Yes narked me out for talking shit about Texas. Because, I mean, I stand by my statement, but that's like my one example, and I am not trying to have a battle of fucking wits with AP. He's definitely got me beat on the shit talking capabilities. So,
all right, let's see what we got here. Mr. Yes. Well, I guess I really can't go all the way back without having to watch the stream again.
Just pop over in the chat and just be like, just tag him real fast. Like, just remember, nobody likes to snitch.
Let's do that.
Camel sends his regards.
There it goes. Let's wait for a reply here.
Oh man, has there been anything else going on like on the internet lately? Like, I have not been paying too terrible much attention.
Nope. Yeah, not much of anything. Just
Awesome. I didn't miss anything, and you know, apparently the internet's getting as boring as me now. That's good.
I mean, the internet's the internet, so. I ducked out.
Well, we're all getting old, so
I didn't want to get this stream in trouble for having his playing in the background. Oh, no, it's, I mean, other than morons being absolute morons, there really hasn't been much going on.
Oh, I mean,
As you said, it's the internet.
yeah.
So,
But like, we're not any closer to like World War III or anything like that, are we?
no.
Anything ever happened to the whole India-Pakistan thing? Like
I guess
that was on the news for like a hot second, and then I haven't heard a peep.
I guess there's a ceasefire.
Well, my first wish was, to win the Powerball. My second one was, that they nuke each other. So apparently I'm not getting anything I want this year.
That's usually how it works. Oh, and I was talking to Terry because Twitter's been fucking weird.
Yeah, I heard about that. There's some, glitches and whatnot going on.
Yeah. They started releasing the Jackbox 11 games.
Uh-huh.
And the first one that they released, I sent him the trailer, and it just might as well be Quiplash. Essentially what you do is you have a category and then you try to ruin it with a thing. And it's like, so Quiplash. It's right there. But, I mean, start with something familiar. I guess if it's at least different than actual Quiplash, that might be a thing. But it's too familiar to Quiplash. So I guess we'll see when that time comes.
It's been a good long while since I've played any Jackbox games.
It has been a while.
Here lately, I haven't even really been playing Crusader Kings that much. Lately, I've been playing college football, UFC, and GTA 5. I got the Xbox Game Pass, so I can do some cloud gaming on my PC. Apparently, I can play GTA 5 online in the cloud, but if I try and download it on my computer, my drivers are out of date, and apparently I cannot update them. I tried. And also, holy shit, do you know the size of the download for fucking GTA 5?
Yes.
Ridiculous. Like, that's how I know I'm getting old. Like, San Andreas fit on a fucking disc.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I had way more fun playing Vice City. Just, doing drive-bys, killing hookers, and listening to Mr. Mister. Unfortunately, can't quite do that with GTA 5. I got to settle for Backstreet Boys.
Okay. And I know I've told this story every time, but I cannot think of Mr. Mister without my middle school music teacher having us listen to that for like 45 minutes. Because it's such a deep song.
It's like a 3-minute song.
Yeah. And we listened to it like 20 times. Maybe 30.
What kind of fucking sadists were running your school, Johnny? Shit.
This guy, I have no idea what his issue... Like, he must have had someone break him completely, because that song.
You just imagine some middle schooler walking up like, "Who hurt you?"
Yeah, me and the guy that he was a neighbor actually, and we're sitting there, and I'm just like, we're just staring at each other like, are we seriously just gonna be? So we had to write a report on this song. A 3-minute song on metaphors. Like, it was interesting. Trying to find the download size for it, because I know it's significant. Grand Theft Auto 5 right there. Because the enhanced version is 91.7 gigs.
What's the other one?
Legacy. I'm trying to find it.
I think that's the one I tried to download. And it was over 100, like 120 or something. I haven't really been doing like the story mode much. I've been playing online, and I got to tell you, the online is not very fun.
114.16 gigs.
Okay, I was close. I wouldn't win the Price is Right rules, but I was close.
You weren't over.
Yeah, man. Like I'm just sitting there trying to do my missions, earn some money, get my Heisenberg on, selling meth or whatnot, and like these psychopaths are coming out of fucking nowhere with like, helicopters and fighter jets and fucking Ospreys.
Oh yeah.
I'm tooling around in a fucking Chevelle, and they're like, shooting Sidewinder missiles up my tailpipe.
See, Red Dead Redemption 2 is 119.46.
I have the game. I just I can't play it. So one of these days, when I like win the lottery or something like that, maybe I'll get a computer upgrade, and I'll be able to play all these games that
when you hit
people played like 10 years ago.
When you hit 10 out of 10 on the Kino machine.
So. Well, yeah, you guys might see me in like 5-10 years time, like, hey man, I finally got to play Red Dead 2. I'm like, yeah, great.
We're on Red Dead 6 now.
Yeah, at this point, like, I mean, they're saying GTA 6 will be out next year, right? Yeah. I might I might get a computer upgrade, just in time for that to come out. Like I said, in like 5 to 10 years. And my upgrade still won't be powerful enough to run that. But hey, I might be able to play Red Dead.
See, all my Steam games are on my external. I don't have them on my computer. Like, they all get downloaded and put on my external hard drive, which is 16 terabytes, I think. Was it 16 or 12? Properties. Oh, I was way off. It's 8. I still have 6 terabytes to go.
I mean, speaking of computers and whatnot, I did apply for a job trying to work customer service through my internet provider. Which, if I were to get that job, it comes with the usual perks, PTO, medical, dental, vision, paid training, but also free or reduced price, like internet, cable, and phone.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
I mean, I don't have cable or a phone line right now. I mean, I just have my cell phone. But like, I wouldn't be opposed to having those as well.
Yeah.
Just be great to just like have like the actual home phone just for like like ordering pizza or some shit, delivery, and then get home from work and just turn off the cell phone. Sorry, Camel is unavailable right now, and he doesn't have a voicemail box, so you can't leave a message.
So good luck.
Yeah, maybe he'll get back to you eventually. Beep. I think you should be able to set up a voice message without having a voicemail set up, just to fuck with people.
Well, you could. Just get the recording of that and then just put it as your intro.
Yeah, but I mean, you actually have to set up the voicemail box, like on a cell phone, to leave the message.
Yeah. The voicemail you've reached for this member has not been set up. Goodbye. Beep.
And then just like another 30 seconds of dead air while they're leaving their message, and then hang up before the actual beep.
Wait, is this the voicemail? No.
I mean, the only people calling me these days to, they're wasting my time, so why can't I waste theirs?
Oh, that's right. I do have this. I can actually... I have a new avatar that I made. I completely forgot I had that.
Mune? Why not meowing?
Well, it's closest to Moon. Mune.
All right.
I mean, it works.
Does it, though?
To a degree.
Are you sure about that?
No. No, that's the closest thing I could think of.
I mean, this is why you keep me around as a friend, Johnny, to gaslight you.
Now, see, if I could do that with a dog, I can call him Bark Spectre.
I have decided if I were to get another dog after my current crop, eventually leave me, I'd probably go ahead and get another Rottweiler, and I shall dub him Sir Charles Barkley.
Nice. Very nice.
Either that or Maximus. It's kind of a coin flip at this point.
If you can get him to do the Russell Crowe speech from Gladiator, there you go.
I mean, I'm going to have some free time on my hands just working the weekends, but I don't know if I'm going to have that much free time.
Or just get a sound thing that you can just attach to the collar.
Like every time he barks, instead of zapping him, it just does I'm Maximus Decimus Meridius. I'll have my vengeance.
In this life or the next. I've been wanting to watch that movie with my wife.
We're talking Gladiator, right? Not the
Yeah.
sequel. Okay.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist.
I was gonna say, I was like, if you make her watch that, like, she has every right to divorce you, in my opinion. For better or for worse, only goes so far, and I don't think that covers it.
The only reason I would watch that is for Denzel Washington, and that is not the reason to watch that movie.
I want to know how many zeros were on that paycheck for them to get him to do that shit.
I don't even know if Drinker did a video. I know he's done a couple of videos on it, but I don't know if he did anything with like
what happened to Ridley Scott? Like, he used to make good movies.
He saw how many zeros were at the end of that paycheck.
Like, didn't he also do that Napoleon one with Joaquin Phoenix?
I think so.
Yeah, what happened to Ridley Scott? He used to make good movies. Although, I mean, if I'm being honest, I preferred, Tony Scott's movies more. I mean, Tony did The Last Boy Scout. That's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Dude used to make good movies. Now, I don't care how many zeros are at the end of the paycheck, man. You can't take it with you, and you're getting to the end of the road.
Yeah. A lot of people at the end of that road.
Yeah, I guess I've curated my Twitter enough to where, like, I'm not seeing anything super newsworthy or worth talking about.
Did you see the meme that I put in the chat?
Oh yeah.
For the Lilo and Stitch movie.
I'm sorry, man. If you've got kids, or there are young people in your life that maybe they're old enough to remember the original Lilo and Stitch or whatnot. Like, I finally saw that fucking movie like earlier this year, because I haven't watched any Disney movies since like I was a kid or like my younger sisters were kids, so it's been like 20 years at this point. And don't take them to a live action remake of a movie they enjoyed as a kid. Let them retain some innocence.
Yeah.
For a little while longer. They don't need to know how much of the movie industry is just money grubbing whores.
Yeah.
And how culturally bankrupt and unoriginal they are. Not yet, anyway. If they're not old enough to be paying taxes yet, don't fucking take this from them too.
Just feel like you're too young for that movie.
But I watched Lilo and Stitch when I was 8. It's like, yeah, and you're still too young. Enjoy your youth, fucker. Go watch the original.
It is Christopher Lee's birthday today.
I mean,
he is dead.
Yeah.
As well as Vincent Price.
Oh, they shared a birthday?
Yep.
Ah! They were like best friends too. Or maybe not best friends, but like really good friends, if I do recall.
And Louis Gossett Jr.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's
and Todd Bridges.
okay. Now you ruined it. I was gonna say, it's like those are like three fairly, fairly cool, fairly badass, fairly eclectic individuals, and you just had a fucking shit on it right at the end.
And train wreck.
Is Todd Bridges still alive?
Yes, he is.
That's all I got to say about that. Now, remember, kids, crack is whack. Stay in school.
So close yet so far, but hang in there, Rotten.
That is a 12-hour shifts. They can kind of suck, but I'm gonna be doing 16-hour shifts starting Saturday. I might go ahead and pick up a second job. I don't know. Well, I mean, technically, I have a second job. It's just it's been in conflict. Here's the best part. So I got the gig at the nursing home, right?
Yeah.
Like the very next day, the home health place wants to start calling me about, hey, we've got we got a client needing this, or can you go, do that? It's like, no, I'm at work right now. You guys waited damn near a month between the last job you got me and this, and I had to go find other gainful employment to pay my bills. Hey, Keishel.
How's it going, Keishel?
But I might get back in touch with them tomorrow and see about changing my availability. Take me off of being available on the weekends, and then who knows? Maybe pick up some gig work through them. Maybe do a little DoorDash. Put a few extra bucks in the pocket. I've got stuff that I need to get done around here, and not going to be getting any help from anybody else. So 2 jobs, 3 jobs, however many it fucking takes.
So I kind of got in trouble today at work.
I was going to say, it's like, how do you kind of get in trouble? Because that's one thing in life that I've never managed to half-ass. Like, either I'm in trouble or I'm not, and I damn well know when I am. So, what'd you do?
Well, and I was talking to an associate of mine because I took her position, and I was supposed to be at this meeting for the group that I'm working with, and
you were not there? You were there in spirit?
I didn't end up showing up. So,
were you aware that you were supposed to be at this meeting?
No. In fact,
that could
yeah,
cause issue.
So yeah, I had told because usually I don't know if you use Outlook at all for whatever. Most of our
that's my normie email.
I was gonna say, well, there's a calendar option on there you can set.
Yep.
And it'll notify you when you have something set on the schedule. And I received this notification 10 minutes away from the meeting, and I'm like, well, shit. And yeah, this is a moderately important meeting. And I talked to the lady who was running the meeting. I'm like, this wasn't on my schedule, And by the time I get here, there's not going to be anything for me to, I have nothing to present or anything. And she goes, well, this is supposed to be a meeting where, your presence is somewhat mandatory. And I go, yeah, And I remember someone saying in a message that as these meetings come up, uh, someone told the schedulers to fucking schedule them. And I'm like, they decided to have me on, but then take me off. That's not my fault. And she's like, well, just send me all your claims and all your cases, and if you have any questions, blah blah blah. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get to that when I have time. Which I had absolutely none. So I've ignored her for like 90% of the day. So yeah, I'm kind of in a little bit of hot water there, but I think getting some of these cases closed is a lot more important than reporting that I have cases to close.
So, scrolling Twitter here, I did see something that maybe we could talk about. Now, neither one of us have served in the military, but I see Zachary Bell, aka Veteran with a Sign, and he's holding up, a sign, obviously, in this picture, and it says, "Major Payne is the most accurate military movie." Like I said, never served, but I would hope that the veterans would agree, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now? Platoon? Get the fuck out of here. Major Payne? That's where it's at.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie probably in 20 years. I can still quote it damn near verbatim. Love that movie.
I was watching a Club Shay Shay.
The one with Damon Wayans, or
with Damon Wayans, and he was talking about how he came up with the voice for Major Payne. And one of them was actually an imitation of one of the soldiers that he learned from while he was prepping for the movie.
Oh, yeah?
And then another one was an old teacher of his.
Ah.
Or something like that. I think it was an old teacher.
Well, speaking of coming up with a voice for a character, the one that I always thought was the best was Forrest Gump. You know that story, Johnny? So they cast this kid to play young Forrest Gump, and instead of I think he was from Memphis or Mississippi, somewhere in the South, start with an M, right? Thick fucking accent. And instead of teaching the kid to talk like Tom Hanks just started asking the kid about growing up and like, what's your dad do? He makes grease, and so like he just took the kid's affect and ran with it, pun intended. So, but what I found out years later is that kid actually joined the army and went to Iraq in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that poor bastard sweating bullets in fucking basic with the drill instructor making fun of him sounding like Forrest fucking Gump? Oh shit, they found out. I want to know how many people in his fucking barracks were asking him about shrimp recipes and shit. Because he had to have kept that shit a guarded fucking secret until he got out, right?
Yeah.
Like the dude that did the voice for young Bambi. He was a Marine.
I did not.
Yeah. I don't remember. I don't remember when he served exactly, but yeah, like when he was a kid, he did the voice for young Bambi or whatever, and like nobody knew. Like, yeah, man, you better learn how to keep a fucking secret if you decide to join like the Army or the Marines with that kind of background. But yeah, love Major Payne.
It's one of my top movies.
Definitely one of my top '90s movies. Definitely. That's one of those ones where like I could go back and watch it, and I think I would still enjoy it. Other stuff from back then, I don't know. Like the last one I watched from like the '90s that I really have that nostalgic affection for was It. Like the one where they had like fucking John Ritter and fucking Seth Green and Annette, was it O'Toole?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dude from Night Court,
John Larroquette.
No. Harry, shit, I can't remember his last name.
Harry, no.
Not Shearer, that's The Simpsons.
Yeah. Anderson.
Yeah, that's the one. And, what was that kid from Sidekicks? Jonathan. Wasn't he in that one too?
Yes.
He played young John Boy. Oh yeah, and John Boy from fucking the Waltons.
So let's see here.
Jonathan Brandis.
That's right.
I was wanting to say Landis, but I was like, nope, that's John Landis. That's the director.
I was thinking Landis at first too. Let's see here.
But yeah, I remember I watched that with my mom like a couple years before she passed away, and I remember seeing it as a kid. And Tim Curry, man, it's fucking Tim Curry. And I remember it being like a really good. First of all, it was like a 2-part TV movie.
Yeah.
I'd only ever seen it like as like one cut. I didn't see it on TV as a 2-parter. And so I remember it being like a really good and whatnot. And to my shock and chagrin, Mama Camel never saw it, which is funny because like she named one of my siblings after a fucking Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
So it's like you've never seen it. We gotta watch it. It's on TV. Let's pop it over to this channel. Right at the beginning, and watching it. And it's like, holy shit! The effects from like 1994 do not hold up. Wow.
No.
I was like, I do not remember it being this cheese.
Now I remember.
Now, of course, that is taking Tim Curry out of it. Like there's the rest of the movie that was cheesy. The parts with Tim Curry were still good.
Oh yeah. And I remember watching that movie like for the first time. I think it was 2002 or 3.
Well, you didn't see it until like 2002 or 3?
No, I watched it when I was like 8. Like mistakes were made.
You had to have been older than 8, John. I could have swore that came out in like the early 90s.
It was 90. So yeah.
It was 90?
Yeah. I watched it pretty young.
Huh. Man, I could have swore it's like later than that. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I remember watching it and just like I didn't take a bath for like a month.
I apparently when I was a small child, I watched a lot of shit that I shouldn't have, and kind of starting to think it explains a few things.
Yeah.
Because like Mama Camel was big on like the '80s slasher movies. Like I think I saw like Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 4. There's a reason why Camel smokes a ton of weed. It's so he doesn't dream at night.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a stand-up that you just reminded me of. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find.
But I'm one of those kind of people like because I've been I dried myself out. Like I've been clean and sober for like I don't know, a month now. And
Julian McCullough. That's his name.
I'm one of those people like I'll wake up and I'll know that I had a dream and I'll know that it was fucking weird, but like I only remember like bits and pieces. So like the first half hour of like my morning when I wake up is like, the fuck did that mean? What? Like, how did this and that and what? This doesn't make any sense. So yeah, like
I don't know if I have it. Andrew Kennedy. I have Andrew Kennedy twice. Oh, Scott Kennedy. Okay, never mind. Kurt Metzger.
I haven't actually seen any of Kurt Metzger's stand up.
His half hour is pretty good.
You know, I think we should have more people doing like a half hour.
Yeah, the old Comedy Central present half
Premium blend kind of thing, yeah.
I do miss those.
You know, give me a nice, tight 30-minute set,
Wonder if they still do that.
I'm sure some folks do. They're probably going to be posting stuff like that to like YouTube and whatnot now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, what does Comedy Central even do? Do they have like original programming anymore other than the Daily Show?
I don't even know.
Because I remember like in the early 2000s, like, you flip over between like Cartoon Network and Comedy Central, and you'd have like the Adult Swim going on, and then you flip over to Comedy Central, you'd have, like a premium blend, 30-minute stand-ups here, a movie there, and then in between the commercials like Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. 1989 to 2011.
Premium blend?
No. Comedy Central presents.
Ah. So, like, 2011, we killed Bin Laden and Comedy Central presents. Okay.
There's Harry Condablu. He's on the last season.
He killed Apu and Comedy Central presents. Fuck this guy.
Oh, God damn it. Just had a bug fly in my eye.
Well, I don't know about you, man, but I'm running out of shit to talk about, and I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah. No,
we've been going at this, just under an hour and a half.
I am shocked that we made it this long.
Well, I mean, I may not be terminally online anymore, but I can still bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you got to start yawning. Fuck you, man. You're an hour behind. It's only 11 o'clock where you are.
Yeah, that's late enough.
Remind me that we're getting old. Thanks.
When like I said, when I win the lottery, things will change.
I at this point, I want to be able to pay my bills comfortably and have a little left over. I don't even want to like win big. Like
Yeah.
I've given up the dream of having fuck you money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If it fell into my lap tomorrow, I would definitely use it. There'd be a lot of fuck yous, but
I do sometimes. It's very rare when I do.
I play it occasionally. Like my thing was always like, if the Powerball gets to like $500 million, I'll throw a couple bucks in on the off chance. But no, I'm not sitting there like playing scratchers or picking numbers religiously.
Yeah.
I'll take random drawing, and I'll leave it up to the universe or God or whatever you pray to decide whether or not I'm worthy. And so far, they've said a resounding no.
Yeah, when you buy a lottery ticket and you just hear divine laughter, that's kind of a bad sign. Did I lose audio? I did not lose audio. Okay.
You just kind of stopped talking there for a minute, and then the stream started buffering.
Okay, because I heard like a little bit of radio static from you, and then it just went dead silent.
Well,
So
there be the universe telling us to wrap it the fuck up.
yep.
Have a good night, everybody.
With that, tomorrow will be Hammer and Terry and Jen. $606. That's nice.
Yeah, but then he had to report to the tax man because of fucking $6.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, before we do wrap it up, I just want to say, if you or anyone ever does win the jackpot, make them take the fucking annuity, okay? Unless they are on like death's doorstep, there is no need to give the government that much money up front. Make them wait for it.
They make you wait for yours.
And also, if you do it that way, over the course of 30 years, they'll get less of your money. And you won't be broke in like 5 years. Trust me, I'm tempted to go the hookers and cocaine route just like everybody else. But on the off chance that you survive that, you're going to need a little, pocket money. So yeah, that's my parting wisdom for the night. If you're dumb enough to play the lottery, don't be so dumb that you take the lump sum. Take the annuity. And with that, the zoo is closed. Good night.
Yeah, thanks for that closing.
Also, I'm not a financial advisor. Whatever other legal disclosures or notices need to be made, just assume I made them because, yeah.
The opinions discussed earlier today are that of one hate camel alone.
The views expressed do not reflect the the views of the minions of the zoo or.
But yeah, like he said, the zoo is closed. Watch Hammer and Terry and Jen tomorrow. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.